I have returned and haven't decided exactly what I'm doing yet. Maybe just some more crafting for the moment. Unless anybody needs a little help or anything. In fact, put that cinnamon in here.
To be among the highest leaves and
Need to find the
branches of
recorder
a
desk
tree.
and put my son with it. Easy peasy. I noticed that the zoning is a little long at the moment. I'm not sure why that is. Just out of curiosity, how many people are in here? We got 5 players inside this thing, which is, let's see, Wayfarer or Stockpilers. Something like that. You can grab this rush order. And hop on over to the house. I had intended to try to raid somebody because I think maybe I've hit the 30-day mark where maybe I'll be able to raid somebody now. I had intended to try to do that earlier, but I just failed to. I just forgot what I was doing as I logged off and didn't get that done. But hopefully, maybe, possibly, I'll remember to do that at the end of this stream. You know, it's a question for possibility that I might remember. So let's see here. We need to go make a pristine fashion down and do symbol. Now the pristine and fashion don't need to be mentioned in this. We're just gonna do DIAN and then that's the whole thing. And there we go, we got it. And we can begin the crafting of pristine fashion down and do symbol of our dreams. You know what I ought to have done is read a book, because that would be a fun thing to do. Grab one of those books over there, reading it while doing a little bit of crafting. I think that would do that. In fact, I'm going to do that after I make this. To interrupt this crafting session, and check out one of these here books. Just a random one. How about this stack of stuff? Deep Marshes. Hmm. It says Deep Marshes. No, it won't go. Like any of the other ones. That one was insufficient. I was hoping for one that popped out in true book fashion, right? Like, got the pages and all that. So obviously I chose the wrong one. You know, I think, no, I don't remember. But I think that Deep Marshes is the one that is for the Purite. So no bueno on that attempt. I'll try again in a second. Probably after I finish this. Disbelief. Which is what I meant. Disbelief. Hey, what? How you doing? Feeling disbelief that I chose the wrong book. Just entirely because I chose one of the stacked books. Like, ooh. Let's try again. This time with this random book right here. See what it shows us. History of the Centaur. Okay, so this is one that pops out. And I think it stays up properly. Working as intended. Let's do a base. Let's start on that. When I'm not busy, you have a question. Well, I'm not particularly busy. What's up? I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how busy, how not busy do I need to be? That for line. Well, it says, well, the first thing is I have a couple of quest items. Like, for instance, one is a spear. I go to the place where I'm supposed to use the spear, and I cannot find it in my inventory, so I cannot do the quest. Okay, so the first and easiest response to that is, if you know the name of the spear, then open up your character window like this, and then you see the little magnifying glass beside auto inventory right here. Click that button, it'll open a little window, and you tap whatever it is, sphere, for instance, and it'll tell you, like, over in your chat window, one of your windows, depending on how you have it organized, will tell you this information right here. It shows that I have a pristine imbued steel short spear in my second equipment slot, secondary rather, and I have a carbonite spear in bank bag 2, slot 19. So it should tell you wherever your spear is. Alrighty. And meanwhile, I better knock this out. Actually, I have 3 minutes left, so it's not that big of a deal. I thought I might have spent more time messing around on other screens and running around than I apparently did, so all is well. Plenty of time. Because I only have one thing left to make this rip and lingering blow. Before I get too crazy, I do want to check our supplies. So we're down 547 diamond deep. Alright. Good to know for sure. Also, I'm 56.9% into the level of my jewelrying. So I'll be level 45 after this level. Which is great, because I really need to get up to 48 so that I can make my level 42 here. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and throw this fuel into here. And then we'll go join this workload line. Got that one knocked out, no problem. Okay, so no output from the search for 3 different items. Alright, now if you look at your windows, you may not have it showing on your main window screen. I don't know how yours is set up. You might have another tab that you need to click on. Also, you can go down to chat options and you can determine what you want to show in your window, right? So, game text. And so, let's see. As to the search, I'm trying to remember what the search shows up as in this window. Because it might be... Let me see if I can figure this out real quick. I know that mine is in this window. Okay, so you found it? Alright. Because it should show up somewhere by default. It's just a matter of where it is.
Greetings.
And it should tell you if it's in a bag, it should tell you which bag and which slot. And the bags are numbered like this from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That may not be how you have it displayed. Because like these ones, I have mine arranged like this. But you can obviously drag them however you wanted to. So if you had, you know, it rearranged somehow, then it wouldn't be in the same order on your screen that it would in the numbers that it's going to say. However, at the top left of every bag, it tells you what number it is. So right there, it tells you. Looks like we got an ad break. Oh, also, I'm standing here at the doorway instead of going and doing the RIT, which is just fairly amazing with me. I'm sure it's not going to be that big of a deal, but just because we better move along, I shall. Alright, so we have a bloodstone, noxious stud. Looks like the break ended, and now we should be back in business. It is definitely nice to make chat tabs. I have this separate window over here that I have just for group and guild chat. Sometimes I will make like the window down at the bottom into just like that's where the group chat goes as well sometimes. And there'll be a tab on there for group chat because it definitely can get in the way of seeing the guild chat if you have a lot going on in the group chat. And so I might add another tab down on my bottom window that's specifically for group chat. And then I could have the group down there and the guild up here. But I always separate my guild chat to where I can always see it. That way if anybody has any questions, needs some help, anything like that, you got it right there. looks like I may be running low on the power totems. I think. Let's see. That's health regen, that's health regen. There's a power regen, and I've got a stack of 5 of, so I definitely want to turn auto consume on that. So I think I must be out otherwise. Here. I only have one more to make after this one, and then I will finish this bit, so I didn't fall too far behind. Still alright. Would have to do pretty poorly to, miss this. Alright, now Claude, you had another question? At least I'm assuming so, because you said I have a question, but then you said I have a couple. The first thing implies to me that there's a second thing. Ah, found 50 items, and that's enough to get you going. Well, that's good. Are you still missing items after that?
Well met. Salutation.
Second question is, would I care to share the story of my gamer tag? Copernicus? I don't really have a story. I just, I was making a character, and, he was gonna be a gnomish scout, and I said, huh, what name would be cool for a gnomish scout? And I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think Copernicus sounds cool. And so I decided to, to name him Copernicus. It was pretty deep, let me tell you. Ah, reminds you of Copernicus. It is similar, yeah. Not quite it though. It's going a different, little bit of different direction. Definitely a similar pronunciation. Jibba Jabba says, my main on live was a 2050 blind bag from the random generator. Wow, stuck with it for this long, huh? So did you just say to yourself, I'm going to click 20 times, and on the 20th one I'm going to keep it, whatever it is? Ah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know, I've always made up my names for the most part. I have a couple on live that I didn't make the names of, and that's because someone else made the character. So when my oldest son first started playing, he made characters on this account because he was like 3 years old. And so I have at least one character on this account that, and this of course would be on live, that he made when he was, a little boy. And I did not make that name. And then there's another one on here on live that also was not mine. It was my ex-husband's character. It was his first character that he ever made. But when he got his own account, or I guess I stole his account basically. He left his account with me, and he made a new account, and so that character is his name. But otherwise, I have always made my own names, just whatever came to me that I thought would be cool for that character. Quad says, I was considering 6 Demon Bag as a gamer tag, which is a reference to the character Egg Shin in the movie Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, I know Egg Shin for sure. So that's how. Let's see. Then he says, when Division 1 launched, and I really got into that lore, I considered changing my gamer tag to Fei Lao's leg. Okay, that's how I do it. Whatever moves me at the moment, I would assume. Huh. Yeah, I don't really, I don't have any stories like that. I just, my first character's name is Valenthiol, and I just, I thought that would be a really cool name, because she's a high elf conjurer, and, I don't know, I just come up with them, based on, like what the character, what I've designed it to look like, and then, what class it is, and it's what makes me think that looks like them, that they would have this name. Super Jabba says, I have an alt on Origins. It's a level 12 conjurer named Mr. Gimbal. Mr. Gimbal, okay, so is he a... let's see, Mr. Gimbal. He could be gnomish. Yeah, he could be gnomish. Alright, cool. Vlad says, I like that. That's a solid method to pick names. I mean, it's effective. It's worked for me so far. It's not going with your gut. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. You look at them and you go, that looks like a, and then whatever it is, right? Whatever comes to you. That's what I do. I do the same thing when I write stories. It's interesting because I see a lot of people who do writing, and they go, I can't think of a name for this character or whatever. And I always wonder about that, because to me it's like, I don't ever question what I'm going to name a character, and I never change their names or anything. Like, if I'm writing a story, I'm just like, that's who this person is, right? So it's not like, I don't have to cast around. Yeah, I do some writing, yeah. So I just, like, I know who that character is, right? Like, that person is it's a person to me, right? They're all people that you're writing about. And so you don't have to wonder, because it's like that name goes with that person, and that's who it is. So it doesn't take me long at all to do that. Yeah, I was writing on Kindle Vella, if you know what that is. I had a few little series running on there before that shut down, and that was fun. And then I read on Vocal. Um, I do have a couple of like things published on Amazon, but not anything. Um, uh, you know, it's just stuff that I threw together, really. I wanted to create some kids' books and test some things out, just to see what the whole process was like. I've done a lot of editing in my life. I'm a freelance editor for many years, so I had
Greetings.
never published a children's book, an illustrated book before, and so I wanted to see what that would be like. And so I did a couple of little kids books and put them on Amazon. And then I have like just a little Christmas special like short story that I did on there. That again, it's not nothing special, um, but it was just something that I had thrown together and that I had you know kind of
To
formatted
be
for
among the
Kindle. So
highest
already
lives
it was
of
already
the
something I already had
dreams.
finished on Kindle Vella. So when Vella shut down, I just tossed it on to Amazon. And then on Vocal, if you know what Vocal is, it's a place for you can write anything you want on there really, as far as whether you want to do short stories or poems or novels or whatever you want. Um, like I would say serialized novels if you're going to do that. Uh, but anyway, um, I primarily just do contests on there. So if somebody has a contest that they're running, like if Vocal is running a contest, or if one of the other people on Vocal is running a contest that I'm interested in, then I'll write something up for that real quick and toss it on. Otherwise, I don't have much on there. It's primarily just contest entries. Oh yeah. Um, Kindle Vella was really really cool. It was serialized stories, um, and so this was Amazon Kindle, and Vella is just meaning a serialized story, basically, novella, but they called their chapters episodes because they could be pretty short, or I think that 600 words was the shortest, up to 5,000 words per episode. And it was really cool because you could get real time feedback. That was what I really enjoyed about it. Because I would write an episode and then you could get comments and you could get like I would do polls at the end of each of mine asking the readers what they their either their experiences or their opinions or something like that, or what they thought was going to happen next. And so it was a lot of fun to do that. um, the kind of interaction that you got, people would like it or they could favorite it for that week or whatever. And so you got a whole lot of feedback as a writer about what you would whether it was going well or what people were thinking about it. Looks like we got an ad break, so I will pause in my story here. Hopefully I'll remember to come back to it once the break is over. It's rough when you're, got the flighty kind of mind I do, it's just all over the place. Sometimes I hit back on it and sometimes I don't. But hopefully I'll regale you with more on that momentarily. In the meanwhile, Himalayan essences are being made here. Well, just one essence, as a matter of fact. We're only stealing one of them, and we're stealing it in a fancy manner. We're prolonging it. I think that's an important side note here. Oh, looting fancy things over there too. An alabaster basher. Wow, it's a fancy hammer. And then we've got what? Alan's Escaping Conqueror. Oh, welcome back, guys. Let's see. How do we read these? Okay, so as to the Kindle Bella ones, unfortunately, they ended that program, I guess it was last February? Something like that. So that's the Vellas are no longer available. I do have, I guess I had 4 of them running at the time. And then I had the one that was just, like I said, a Christmas special that I had thrown together for, just for the season type deal. And that one I did publish on Amazon. But it's, like I said, it's like, nothing special. It's just was a fun thing to do. And like I said, pretty short. And if I were to be more serious about that one, I would expand it to a longer story. Due to the nature of what it was, I was trying to get it done by the time, early in December of that year. And so I kind of ended it in a different fashion than I would have liked to. But yeah, no, if you want to check out any of that, it's, I think it's I put a link on my page. I think it's like the author's scribblings or something like that. And one of them goes to my Amazon page, and the author's other scribblings, I believe, or more author's scribblings or something like that, goes to my vocal page. So if you are interested, Quad, in checking out the vocal website, you can click there and it'll take you to vocal, and you can go check out all that. And maybe you'll want to write on there too. I don't know. It's a pretty good site. There's a free version, and then there's a membership version. You get rewarded basically for readers. So you can have things that are behind paywalls, and in that case, they would have to have a membership to your writing. But then there are other things. If you don't want to have a paywall, then there's a lot of things that can just be read for free on there, and the author gets a little bit of a cut of that. It's not talking big bucks or anything, but you get paid a small amount for 1,000 reads or whatever,
Salutation.
And it's neat because you get feedback on there too. You get comments and likes and follows and all that. Like I said, in my case, I use it almost entirely for contest entries. I do have a couple of things that I have on there locked behind a paywall because they're not contest entries. They were things that I was doing separate from that. I would say the only running story I have on that is I'm kind of doing that in Bella fashion, in that it's more episodic. And I haven't released a new episode on that in a little while. I do have more written. I just haven't. I wanted to release them kind of slowly. So I just haven't released another episode of that in a while. But anyway, it's a fun one to write on, and there are contests running on there all the time. A lot of them are poetry contests, but a lot of them are like short stories or microfiction. And the other kind of contest you'll see on there pretty regularly is like the first word or first page of a story thing. So first page of a, say, sci-fi novel, and it has to start with this sentence, right? And so you'll write literally just the first page of a story, or sometimes maybe the first chapter of a sci-fi story. Yeah, it's pretty much writing prompts, and you can win different prizes. I actually have an honorable mention one on there that I posted on my Twitter. I think it's my pinned post on there. But it was like, I think, let me see if I remember. It's been a while since I did that. It's like you had to write a letter set during a particular time period, and so your letter had to reflect that time period. And I can't remember what the details otherwise were, but yeah, I think I went with Elizabethan, as I recall. And yeah, it was good. It's fun stuff. Oh, are you looking at it, Cool? Oh yeah, honorable mention. Yeah. It was good, you know. I regretted not spending more time on it when I got the honorable mention, because I had actually intended to go back and look it over before I submitted it. And then I ended up just kind of running out of time. I think a friend needed some help with something the day I had planned to work on it, and because I was gonna edit it, and then I didn't, and just went ahead and turned it in because it was totally out of time. And then I got the honorable mention, and I'm like, oh man, I really ought to have gone back. So it was pretty much a rough draft that I submitted, which is what I normally do on there, because it's like the contest spurs me to write, and I don't really care if I do well in it or not. I just like have an excuse to make myself write. And so I use it in that way, and then most of the time I just don't even go back and look at it. I just submit it as is, So I was kind of kicking myself about that. But I thought it was a fun one. I like to write different kinds of things, and so, see my page on there. It's a pretty wide variety of stuff that I'll participate in. It is a really popular site, though, Vocal. A few years ago, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Christopher Paolini hosted a contest on there. And if you don't know who that is, he's the one who did the Aragon Dragon Rider series. Anyway, he hosted a contest on there 4 or 5 years ago. So, it's a pretty well-known site. And it's very active community. And then I posted a few contests on there as well, but just baby ones, you know, little things. Basically more as a way to give people something fun to write about that they may not have otherwise thought about.
Salutation.
Let's see here. I just leveled, so I'm 4.8% into the next level. I didn't pick up the book. Okay, so I suppose I will grab this and then grab the regular crafting book not here. And hopefully I will be able to move forward with that afterward. Oh yeah, I almost ran off. I don't know if you saw that. That's how I am. Caught myself all as well. Maybe if I can remember to, I'll check the depot after I make this, after this rid, to see if I have a level 45 book or not. Let's see. Could happen. .3% in already. Didn't I just check this before I started? And was it word count something or was that? Maybe not. Maybe not. I think it's interesting that so often in the quest helper window they'll have an apostrophe, but then in the recipe book there's no apostrophe. It does make it a I think Quash says, I have one friend and one relative that I share my writing with and get feedback. I'm aware also that I should seek more diverse feedback. Yeah, and honestly, the community there on Vocal is, I'm going to say they're pretty supportive, which isn't always what you necessarily want when you're sharing your writing, because you need criticism as well as support. But I know that there's an entire section that you can submit to just asking for critiques, and that might be a good way to go about that if that's what you're looking for. Looks like we got an ad in 30 seconds. And I believe you can make it private.